There are sellers building six-figure businesses selling AI art as digital downloads on Etsy. These digital prints can sell completely passively to anyone in the world at any time, but the trick is designing art that sells. My name is Alec, and I started my Etsy shop at the end of 2023, and within my first year, I was doing months like this. And in this video, I want to share that there is a method to the madness. By the end of this video, you'll have a template to create prints that actually make sales in just a few seconds. And at the very end, we'll cover exactly how to post these to Etsy with only a few minutes of work, not a few hours. So let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said in the beginning, there are sellers making six figures a year selling these AI art digital downloads, and it's really not taking all that long to get to these levels. These sellers have been around for about 2 years, and they're already at, if we look with the Everbee research tool here, $9,345 in estimated monthly revenue. So that's per month, right? And you know, it really hasn't been all that long since they started, and this business is completely passive. It just runs in the background. These prints get auto-delivered automatically to anyone in the world. They could be in Germany at 3 a.m. or Nevada at noon, really anywhere in the world, and it just gets auto-delivered by Etsy. But the key to this business is the art designs themselves. And that's what separates sellers just getting a few sales every month to sellers making almost 10 grand a month and six figures a year like Atlas Vintage. So that's what I want to walk through in this video, exactly how to create these best-selling designs, because there is sort of a templatized method that we can follow, and one that I've painstakingly discovered over months and months and months of selling my AI art on Etsy. So I already pre-picked a couple designs here, sort of from different seasons with different vibes, but they all have a common theme. So here's a great little bunny print from Atlas Vintage, cute Santa fox, sheep, and this nice vintage bird oil painting, okay? So we have these 4 animal prints. That's the common theme. So I want to show you exactly how to create designs like these. So these rustic vintage oil painting designs with these cute animals, right? And it's October right now, so we're going to be specifically focusing on winter and holiday designs, okay? So first and foremost, we have to start with the prompt. And this will be all below this video. You'll have full access to everything we walk through, but this is actually a prompt drop from the paid AI Art Sellers Collective, which is my school community. And this is a prompt drop we did just a few days ago. It created these 2 cute guys, this little raccoon oil painting here, this little squirrel here. And essentially what I want to break down today is these are the prompts, and they both follow this very specific template. And that's what I'm going to give to you right now. So it's subject, detail, still life oil painting, and then it repeats again, and then it ends with an emotive phrase, okay? So for example, raccoon, which is the subject, in a snow-covered tree, detail, still life oil painting, okay? And then it repeats with a little more detail. A raccoon, subject, sitting on a snow-covered branch, its small paws gripping the bark as it gazes curiously at the world below, expanded detail, still life oil painting. Then finally, we end with an emotive phrase, and that can really be anything. So the soft snow and the raccoon striped tail create a playful yet peaceful winter scene, right? And with the second one, squirrel with a bushy tail on a snow fence post, still life oil painting. Squirrel perched on a snow-covered wooden fence post, its bushy tail curling around it, still life oil painting. The bright winter light softly reflects off the snow, creating a serene and natural winter atmosphere, right? So it really ties it all together. Midjourney does a great job of keying off stuff like this, and I've just found this template to be extremely beneficial. So that's what I want to walk through in today's video, okay? And it's not as complicated as like trying to break this down and write them ourselves. We can actually use AI to create unlimited inspiration from this template. So let's go ahead and walk through it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up here, copy and paste the prompts and the template like this. And like I said, this will all be below this video. So even if you're not in the group, you can get access to this. And then I'm going to go into the classroom tab, then the resources module here, and select maybe one of our best resources in this entire group, which is Atlas Muse. And like I said, I'll provide this below, but if you click this, you'll get access to a custom art creating GPT, okay? And then it's really just as easy as like giving it a short prompt, and then we can give it our template. So let's go ahead and do that now. Hey there, Atlas Muse. We're looking to create some cute winter oil painting designs. We have this template here with a few best sellers, and I'd just like you to remix these with a few different animals and different scenes and subjects, and just give me more best-selling oil painting designs for Etsy. Thank you. Easy as that, right? We're just hanging out. And then I'm just going to copy and paste what I copied earlier, and then hit enter. And it's as easy as that. In the age of AI, we can just get our prompts right here below. Oil painting of a red fox nestled in a snowy hollow, still life oil painting. Red fox curled up in a shallow snowdrift beneath a pine tree, its fur dusted with frost and ears perked up attentively, still life oil painting. The soft winter light glows on its coat, evoking a sense of calm and quiet wonder in the style of Claude Monet. So one added bonus from Atlas Muse is he will actually incorporate famous artists into these prompts, which is just huge. These artist references really level up the designs. But the one last thing I'm going to do is I actually don't want these suffixes here. So please remove suffixes like AR and stylize. And then we'll hit enter. And while this is generating, there is one other piece of this. But before we get there, let's just go into Midjourney and get everything set up. So Midjourney is going to be my AI art creation mode of choice. I just think it's one of the best for artistic designs like these. ChatGPT and other tools are great for like text and advertisements and stuff like that. But I love, love, love Midjourney for more artistic, like painterly designs, especially for Etsy and especially for wall art. So let's go ahead and walk through this. If you're brand new to Midjourney, just go to midjourney.com, create an account, land on the create page, and then here you are. So first thing we have to do is open the settings panel. And I'm going to keep a lot of this the same. I like to just keep it simple. It's kind of like the name of the game around this channel. So I like 4x5 vertical prints. I think it's just wide but tall. It's just a really nice portrait. So we'll keep it there. I like keeping it at raw mode, which gives our prompts a little more control rather than Midjourney like trying to create some defaults. I personally like 6.1 for oil painting designs like these. If we were making mockups or something, I would try V7, but I really like 6.1. Stylization, this is kind of a wild card. Because we're trying to sort of replicate this Atlas vintage style, like, what do you think the stylized level is, right? All of these are pretty low, right? None of these are like looking super intense like photographs, except maybe this one. But like this is low style, this is low style. And you can just tell because of the broad brush strokes, the lack of like fine detail compared to something like this with a little more detail, okay? So let's go back to Midjourney and let's keep our style level pretty low. Let's do it at 100 for this one, okay? We can do speed fast. For this video, I'm gonna do turbo just because I want things to happen a little bit faster. And then we can keep stealth on if you have that option. Otherwise, we can leave this stuff alone, leave these alone, and then we're good to go. So now it's just as easy as typing something in and then hitting enter and it just sends it off. But if we go back to Atlas Muse, we have all of our results. So we could just like copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. But there's actually a little automation that I built for the AI Art Sellers Collective. And I'll link that below too, so you can have just free access. And that is Vega, the permutation warden. Okay, so this is a custom GPT who does some automation magic for us. So if I click his link here, all we have to do is he'll ask us a basic question of, are you on the basic plan or standard plan or the pro or mega plan? I'm on the pro plan, so I'll just click that. Personally, I recommend the pro plan. It gives you 12 concurrent fast jobs, which is kind of insane. Like you can do 12 jobs at a time instead of just 4 with the other 2. Mega plan is kind of crazy. You can get that if you want. So now Vega is primed because I clicked that button. And so check this out. All we have to do is just copy and paste all these. And this is why I got rid of the suffixes like the AR and stuff. Copy with Control C, paste with Control V, enter. And now he's creating us one master mega prompt with all of these prompts in one. So all we can do is just hit copy, go over to Midjourney, go over to the text box, Control V to paste. And here's our one prompt with all the prompts inside of it. And it's not just going to create one art design. So if I hit play here, it actually just created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 art designs, right? All in one prompt. So that's kind of the magic of this custom GPT combo with Vega and Atlas Muse. So then now we just rock and roll. This is the fun part where we get to choose the designs that actually go into our shop. So let's just start one by one, right? This one already looks amazing. I think that's my favorite, right? Out of the 4 options. So I'll upscale subtle that one. These are pretty good. We'll go with this one. This one has a really nice kind of vintage rustic style. And I get a lot of questions about signatures and stuff like that. You can edit them out if you'd like. We'll do it for this example. You just click edit. You just kind of highlight it like that, and then you hit submit. So it just submitted a new version of this. This is called Vary Region, at least it was. It's kind of just called Edit now. But it's really up to you if you want signatures or not. Some people think it's more clean without them. If we go to these guys, oh, these guys are super cute. This one has really nice framing. So the things I look for are like framing. Like this guy, just it doesn't look visually appealing for some reason. Sometimes it's hard to like wrap your head around why, but like same with this one. The angles are off. The like rule of thirds positioning of the subject are a little bit off. Same with this one. But this one is really great. Like centered, a little bit off kilter. This is nice with the snow. The trees look really nice and straight in the background, and like your eyes kind of go from here to the background, like the depths of the background compared to like this where you're like, okay, I'm just looking at the snow now. So yeah, it's kind of like an eye of the beholder, but something to keep in mind. We'll upscale settle that. Oh my gosh. How can I pick a favorite? One. I think this is our winner. We'll just do one for now. I love these. I love the little hedgehogs. Okay. Sometimes you get some little awkward ones with the window there. We can roll with this one. Not horrible. This little cutie guy right here. So again, it's like, where's your eye going? Like these are all cute, but they're a little, like the framing just doesn't hit the mark. So we can always rerun it if we want, or we can do like a very strong on one of our favorites. Like I like the brush strokes of this one, so let's do a very strong. And we'll keep moving. Aw, hey little buddy. So right away, you can tell that this texture is not like the others. I personally love it. This one has a little bit of it, but this is just like really nice, really vintage, which is why doing this low stylized level is actually sometimes really beneficial. So I like this one. We'll go ahead and upscale it. And then we're back to our upscales, right? 1, 2. Oh, and then we had a couple, if I scroll to the top, we had our varies right here, vary region. So this one still has a signature. This one looks good. This one looks good. This one, yeah. So this is our best one. Upscale subtle, upscale, upscale, upscale. And then we have these guys, right? So you don't always have to zoom in. You can just kind of look at these two, see which one's the best. I like this guy looking at the camera. Maybe this guy. What do you guys think? This one has some nice colors, I think. Let's go with this one. Ooh, but we do have a signature. We could crop that out, or we could just leave it. I think I'm just going to leave that one for now. Yeah, so now we have 7 art designs, right? And they're just upscaling. And then we can just do it again, right? If we want to get more, like, let's say we want different animals, we could just ask it for a specific one, like specific deer prints or penguin prints or whatever, or we can just literally say, like, give me more. And we can spell it however we want because it's AI. But it's like, keep it simple. You can just say, give me more, like maybe fine tune it a little bit if they're like missing the mark. Maybe they're too colorful. Maybe they're not colorful enough. And then you can just go ahead and copy everything like we just did. Control C, go back to Vega and just paste them in. And it'll automatically create a brand new mega prompt with all of our new prompts included, right? So we're going to get like a fawn, an Arctic hare, right? A duck, a tabby cat, right? Some good stuff here. So I'm going to copy this, then go back to Midjourney. Then paste it into the prompt bar here and hit enter. And that's all there is to it. Now we have a brand new set of prompts, and then we can just go through them one at a time and see exactly what we get, right? So in turbo mode, takes just a couple seconds. We have a little cutie right here with this lantern. Difficult choice. Difficult choice. Both of these guys are cute. I like this one a lot. This one frames really well. Go with the subtle. I think this guy has some promise. I'm going to actually do a very subtle and a very strong. I like the kind of texture and the components here, but I think it could be a little better. This one's not bad. We'll go ahead and do an edit if we want to get rid of the signature again. Hit submit. Then we got our little tabby cat looking out the window. I think I like this one. We'll upscale that. Oh, hey buddy. Aw, look at him. That's cute. We'll go ahead and upscale that. Oh, wow. This one has nice colors. Let's give this one a vary. Both varies. See what we can get. This guy's sleeping here. Ooh, both these are quite good. This one's pretty good. Maybe we'll do a vary on this one as well. Okay, then we're at our upscales. Let's go down to here. Scroll up a little bit. So, are any of these popping out to us? I like this one. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Just better framing, like better side angle than any of these. They're just like kind of a weird angle. This one's all right. Whoops, this one's all right too. Decisions. I like this guy. I like him kind of fading in the background. Let's upscale that. We got rid of our signature here. Any of these can work, right? Go with this one. Some of these just have some really nice colors. But I don't know if any of these are going to be our winner here. Actually, this one's kind of nice. It's like an action shot. I like this one. Let's go ahead and upscale that. None of these are really speaking to me here. Actually, I think this one's all right. This one's nice because, again, it's like I'm just thinking about my eyes. Like, you look here, you're like, all right, this is cool. Then you see this, right, the subject, but then it kind of like fades off into the depths of the brush. Whereas some of these are like, I'm looking here, and then I'm looking at this, and then it's like I'm done looking, right? Like the viewing experience is over. So anyway, just the weird stuff my brain thinks about. But I think this one is good, so let's go with that one. And yeah, then we're good to go. So we just wait for these to upscale, and then what we do is we go to the Organize tab, sort by upscales, and then download everything. So I'll give these just a second to finish, and then we'll go ahead and do that. So now everything is completely done and upscaled, and we can literally just click this plus button and download everything in just one zip file. This is a huge benefit of the Midjourney web editor compared to using Discord. It's like super seamless. You can just download everything in one button push instead of like control S-ing and opening in the browser, which was just crazy. So I'll just save it wherever. Because I'm just going to open it now. So we now have our zip folder full of our 14 art designs, and we're essentially done at this point. All we have to do is post them in Etsy, which we'll walk through in just a second. But I just want to pause here and say that's the process. Vega and Atlas Muse make it extremely easy. Most sellers are doing this by hand, copying and pasting, or just struggling to come up with prompt ideas to begin with. And I think if you see in this video, like I said, I'll link all this down below. Like, you can crank this thing out pretty quickly, because the one thing I didn't really mention at the beginning, if we look at Atlas Vintage, they have 1,600 listings. So although, yes, it is a quality game, quality definitely matters, it's also a quantity game, right? And just one of my other favorite examples is Four Sisters Print Shop. They've just been crushing recently. They have 17K sales, 1.5 years on Etsy, which, what does 17K sales mean, right? Well, they do $11,300 in estimated monthly revenue with their shop because they charge premium prices. They've built a really solid brand. And look, they have 1,400 listings. Okay? So quite a few. Not crazy, but enough that it would just, take a little bit of time. But with this automated conveyor belt of creating designs, Vega, Atlas Muse, GPT, like we just created 14 in a couple of minutes. And yeah, and so now it's just a matter of posting them onto Etsy, which, if you're doing it kind of the manual, like the classic way that a lot of sellers are doing it, it might take a while to get to, especially the 1,000 listing mark, let alone like 1,600. But I've been a programmer for over a decade. I've written code for million and even billion-dollar companies. So if you want to see how to automate this entire thing, I'll walk through it with the rest of the time in this video. So if I were to do this like with my system or the 260 sellers in my community, all using the system, you just get it for free with the membership to the AI Art Sellers Collective. Here's how it works. So if we go into Photoshop here, this is a key part of the automation system. It's what crops and upscales the art into the right sizes for Etsy. All we have to do is just go into these folders. This is a little like structure that gets created as a part of the script that you get with the automation system. So you just put them in this like conveyor belt and it creates everything for you. So I'm going to put them in input. I'll grab our zip file and just move everything into here, copying them into input. There's our 14 designs, right? They look great. Weird names, kind of ugly. Be great if we can clean that up. So I'm just actually going to run the script at this point. In the mockups folder, I have mockups for my vertical designs that I just like to use all the time. You can see my output for 4x5 vertical. I don't have anything at the moment. But let's just go ahead and run it. So I'm going to go to File, Scripts, Browse. Click on the script. It's called Tempest. And just hit load. And then it's going to pop up this little window here. And you just kind of pick what you're doing. So I'm in vertical mode. I do want to rename and index my files. Let's just say we want to start at index 1. Maybe these are my first designs I've ever posted. And then, yeah, I want to create the cropped images. I want to create the mockups, and I want to create a video. So let's go ahead and hit OK. And it's just going to immediately start kicking off and making stuff for us, right? So you can see in this little window right here, it's placing our art into the mockups and just rocking and rolling. I don't want it to be too big because it kind of like flashes, but yeah, so it's just sort of like doing its thing. And if we zoom into here, I can make this a little bigger for you guys. It's kind of just doing its thing, pasting our little cute guy into these mockups, and eventually it's going to make the cropped and upscaled images. It can even do size charts like this, like this guy right here, right? You just kind of create it as a mockup, and this exact template you get with the AI Art Sellers Collective membership. It's just one of the resources. And then, yeah, and so now if I go back, it also creates the cropped images right here. These are highly upscaled, as big as you'll ever need for Etsy. You can also make them bigger and upload them to Google Drive. 5600 by 8400, 6000 by 8000, like all the sizes that a customer would need to print out at home. Yeah, so then it just keeps going and going, right? It's already on the third one out of the 14. So yeah, you can just kind of let it ride and, you know, go refill your water bottle or go make some dinner or go do whatever you want to do, right? It's just, it makes it all passive in the background, which is why I built it. Like, you know, it doesn't happen instantly because like Photoshop still needs to do its Photoshop thing, right? But it's pretty passive and you don't really have to do anything, and it probably takes, you know, 5 or 10 minutes. If you're using videos, it takes a little bit longer to render videos, but it can do videos. I mean, it can render these video mockups automatically. It just kind of builds your whole shop for you, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we'll go ahead and let these finish up, and then we'll get back to uploading them at the end, which is kind of another one-click automation process, which is pretty cool. And just a couple minutes later, we get the processing complete message. You can see we have all 14 of our little folders here with everything inside of it. I mean, mockups, looking cute with our little tabby cat here. Cropped images, same thing. Yeah, we just have everything for all of our results. Pretty passive. Obviously, you can switch out your mockups for these. Like, it's meant to give you full control. It's not like this lockdown system. Like, you have full control. They're your mockups. It runs with yours on your computer, like with all your setup. Yeah, so you just have full control, because I know that, you know, as like a digital entrepreneur, you want to have control. You don't just want like some magic portal that just like does stuff, because that just feels like, yeah, I don't know. You don't have enough autonomy in your business, like enough agency that you make these decisions. So maybe you want to switch out your mockups for Christmas or different holidays, or you want to just create your own mockups and use those, like, or a different type of size chart. Yeah, so it's all in your control. And same with these, like you can make them as big as you want. You can name them whatever you want. Yeah, you just have full control. So I'm super proud of Tempest. That's the automation script. It's pretty cool. And you can get it with the link below in the AI Art Sellers Collective. We're always making updates to it. Yeah, there's some pretty cool updates I have planned that are coming up soon. But anyway, so we have all 14 of our folders. So now I'm just going to move this over here, and I'm going to go into Downpour. Okay, so this is the bulk upload software that you also get as a part of the AI Art Sellers Collective. So you can see your listings right here, or you can just go to the one simple screen in the app, the bulk upload screen. Yeah, and essentially what this does is it allows you to bulk upload listings in sort of a template format, all automatically, and it does a bunch of AI features as well. So while this is loading, I'm going to pull up my folders here, these guys right here. So I don't know if you can see, but all of these listing image names are currently blank. So essentially we just fill out what we want our template to look like. Like, what do we want our listing to look like? So if I just go into one of these, like number 1, and I pull up the mockups, you can see them all right here, right? And so maybe I want this one to be first, maybe this one to be second, like boho frame. Okay. So somehow we have to get a way to like get these file names into Downpour. And this is something I like was thinking about for a long time. And this is what I came up with. So you just hit print screen, you copy a picture of all your file names, and then you just turn this little camera on right here, and then you just hit Control V to paste it in. And it actually uses AI on the back end to analyze your screenshot and then populate all of these with the screenshot results. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And it only just takes a couple seconds. And then it's kind of up to you to like be like, all right, close-up gray wood was number 1. Like boho frame was going to be number 2. I want my size chart to be last, right? So pretty cool. Yeah, and then you can use 20 listing images now. It's a new update. I obviously only had 10 in my image, so it just filled 10. Up to you if you want to use 20. We just added that. I'll hit save here. We can add a listing video if we had one included. Our listing files, I already had these filled out, right, with the file names. So it's essentially like it's like a net. Like all the files and stuff funnel through this net, and the net catches what you fill out here, and that's what it adds to your listing. Quantity, price, category, shop section, yeah. So all kinds of just the basic attributes you fill out on Etsy, your description. But I just want to show you this in action. All we have to do is just go back to our big list of folders like this. And then I'm just going to go back one more folder and actually just drag and drop this entire parent folder so that it can dissect the tree, okay? Because, like folders are a tree structure, right? So there's the parent at the top, the children, subfolders, subfiles, right? It's a big tree. So we have 210 files and images we're processing right now. So we can kind of see how long it takes. But you can see like right away, it already mapped everything up. It's just uploading at this point. So here's all our mockups. Here's all our files. Here's a number 11, mockups, files. And while this is uploading everything, I'm just going to go up to this AI auto generate panel. Because I don't know if you can see, but there's like warnings and issues. It's essentially saying we don't have titles and tags. So I'm just going to open this. And I'm just going to pick my reference image. So let's use number 1. It's just like our clearest image. So I'll just type 1 here. And I'm just going to hit auto generate. And what it's going to do is it's going to actually look at image number 1, close-up gray wood frame, this guy. It's going to send that to a ChatGPT integration on the back end, use ChatGPT 5 model. It's been trained on best-selling SEO. And it's just going to break that image down and essentially turn it into SEO titles that are specifically optimized for Etsy, a set of tags specifically optimized for Etsy, optionally description keywords. Like I set up season, winter, subject, and so it just fills it in, right? So it's like immerse yourself in vintage winter charm. So it filled this in automatically by looking at the image, right? Pretty cool. And you just fill that in right here in the description. Immerse yourself in vintage season charm, right? Yeah. And then the last thing, one of our newest updates is actually AI alt text. So it analyzes that image like we just said, and it actually creates SEO, Google and Etsy optimized alt text. Realistic winter painting wall art featuring a cute mouse on a snowy branch, ideal for farmhouse or cozy cottage living spaces. Well said, right? So it actually does that for every single one. And they're all unique. They're all custom. Like, yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty passive, and it's just finishing up right now. Everything is now processed. So essentially, once this is done, we just upload to Etsy, and then we're done. So in terms of getting to that, 1,600-ish listing mark, like, this is the way I kind of built my shop, and it's, I think, the reason for a lot of my success. But yeah, it just makes it super simple and just saves like hundreds and hundreds of hours of time. It kind of makes it fun, and you just get to use AI to get these like optimized titles and tags and all this SEO instead of having to write it yourself, or maybe use like a Google Sheet spreadsheet with custom GPTs or whatever. So yeah, anyway, I'm just going to hit this upload draft listings button, go ahead and hit yes, and it's just going to kick off uploading all these as listings on Etsy. Like, we're done. Like, that was the entire process of uploading, and the entire process of creating, right? Like, we didn't have to go into Photoshop and like copy and paste and crop and upscale stuff. Like, automation does the first part. That's the Tempest script. Downpour does the second part. SEO, Etsy, pretty much everything Etsy is Downpour. So yeah, I'm super proud of it. Like I said, you can get full access with the AI Art Sellers Collective membership. It's all included. And yeah, if I minimize this, I can go actually over to Etsy and go to my shop. And we can see a couple of these uploading in real time, like our little penguin right here. There he is, right? All of our images, our title. If I click on this, you can actually see the alt text right here. Playful penguin chick, digital download for bedroom, right? Very nice. X out of that. It's uploading the files as we speak, right? So it only did 4 at this point, but if I refresh, now we got number 5. So it's all happening. It's happening, right? Descriptions, price, quantity, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool, pretty passive. I'm a fan. I would recommend it if you want to grow your shop like as fast and optimally as possible with as much like, you just get to skip all the manual headache, because that's what I ran into when I started my shop. It's just total pain. So yeah, once again, this is another thing you kind of kick off and like go and do something else. You can do it before bed or whatever you want to do. I know when I started, I would do like 200, like just a ton right before bed. And then they'd all be in your draft listings in the morning. So it doesn't publish them to Etsy. It puts them in your draft. So if you you have that last call to publish them. So like, for example, we were just looking at my draft listings here, and then I could be like, all right, I just want to publish like this one and this one right now, right? Hit publish. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, all of these resources, I'll just include in the description on YouTube so that you can get access to Vega, Atlas Muse, like everything you need, including that prompt too, which, yeah, I mean, that's normally part of the paid AI Art Sellers Collective, but I just wanted to include it. I think it's really helpful for anyone kind of getting started with AI art, and I think it's an awesome business. And yeah, what else? I mean, we have some wins in progress. Like, we just have people getting in the community right now, and they're like mind blown, right, with this automation, how much time it saves. Yeah, so it's just fun. Oh, and we're also, I think 4 days away from doing a $200 giveaway. Really, it's $350 in prizes, but we do monthly AI art challenges where you just submit your art design plus the prompt used to generate it, and the winner gets $200, second place gets $100, third place gets $50. So we do those every month. This one's coming to a close at the end of October, but we're just going to keep it rolling after that. We also have some really massive stuff coming up soon, one of which is bulk editing. I mean, that's just going to totally change the game inside of Downpour. Yeah, you're going to be able to update historical SEO and mockups and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. You'll see some new content about that coming up soon, some live demos. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed. Now is the time to be creating like winter, Christmas designs too. We'll do some more videos about like specific holiday designs. But otherwise, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.